guys, and welcome to my sewing studio. Hi, I'm Teresa from Tree60 Handmade Bags, and today is going to be a relatively short tutorial. I'm in the process of building up my inventory of small items for upcoming fall and Christmas craft markets. And I have a really big one happening next weekend in Meaford, Ontario. It's the big, huge apple harvest craft show, 2 days that they have, and it's big. I've been wanting to get into this for quite some time. It's a juried craft show, so I was lucky to get in. So what I've been working on the Clearly Sweet pencil pouch. A pattern by Sweetly Unique Patterns. There are different variations of this pattern that you can find for free on YouTube and stuff, but I happen to have the Clearly Sweet pattern pencil pouch already, and this is a very fast make. It's not lined at all, and it's very, very quick. So here's some examples of what I've made. I've already made 12 and then 4 purples. So I'm going to be making 2 more purples today, and because I'm using up all of my scrap fabric that I have had for years, and I haven't been able to use it. So I'm using up all of the scrap vinyl that I have, and it's just a very simple, I use the number 3 zipper, and it's just a very simple zipper pouch. I have tissue paper inside, not lined or anything like that. We have box corners. So this is one that I have with a rainbow vinyl. This is a green vinyl that I got from Len's Mills in Barrie. And actually this is chalkboard vinyl. You can use chalk on it. So there's a green one, there's a pink one, and a black one. I have to get some browns, make some more guy kind. And then this is the color that we're working on today, this gorgeous purple. So I'm going to be using my new bag tag from Spotted Zebra. So I just had these ones made. They're bigger than my old sew-in bag tags, but I had to get these, I had to use these old ones up. And now these are my new ones with my new logo. So what we need today are, I'm making 2, so this is going to be fast. So there's a certain length of zipper tape in your pattern, and I'm using number 3 zipper tape, number 3 zipper pulls, my nemesis. You've got your pattern piece cut out, and these are the notches for the box corner, and I already have my zipper tape on top. And then, of course, my bag tags that I'm going to be putting on. So this is like a really, really fast make. And then plus you need a certain amount of, for the tab to have a tab on each end for a pull. Okay, so to start off, I have my double-sided tape on my edges. So you just take your number 3 zipper tape, or even number 5 if that's what you choose to use, separate it, and then I'll just take the backing off one side. Oops. And then put your zipper tape down along the raw edge, but I line up, and it's teeth down on the one edge. So I line up my 2 edges. That comes in handy after, and just line that up. So on this end, the right end, I have the longer edge of the zipper tape. Then turn it around, do the same thing on this side. However, your edge, this edge will be flush with the right side now when you put it on, so that the little overhang will be on this side. So then when they get put together, they both meet. And then what I also do, so before I do that, I also measure. I forgot to measure ahead of time, but I take the 2 long ends, bring them up to meet each other, and then I center my bag tag into the center of these. Okay, so that's 11 inches. I just have to find it now. Okay, so that's the center. I don't mark my centers. Like I said, this is a very fast and easy pattern. Okay, so that's the center, and then I just kind of line up, eyeball, which I do a lot of, my bag tag, and I stick it on with double-sided tape, just like that. So I'll do that one, and then we're going to do this one. I'll put the bag tag on first, making sure that I have it oriented this way so that you can see the bag tag after the bag has been made. Oops. Okay, just line that up again. All right, there's the center. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the center right about there. Okay, and then I'll put the zipper on just like I did before, pulling the zipper teeth apart and lining up the left edge. Turn it around. And then lining up with the teeth down onto the right side, the right edge flush with the right side of your fabric. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm just going to sew across the top of each zipper tape, and the bag tag I'm going to sew on as well. So I'll do the bag tags first. And I'll be pulling my threads to the back on the bag tag. All right, that's one, and we'll do the other one. Like I said, these are fast. That's why I'm doing 2 at one time. I like to assembly line make my bags if I'm making a lot of them for like craft shows. Okay. Okay, just get my pointy stylus and pull my threads to the back. So I grab one of the back threads and give it a pull, and then a little loop comes up. So I pull the front thread to the back, and then I do the same with the other one. And then grab them and tie them. Just do the same for the other one. grief, they don't want to separate. Okay, and then I'll just take my lighter and just burn those ends to seal them. Burn the ends of the thread. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stitching along the zipper teeth on both sides to sew the zipper on both pieces. So making sure, don't forget to back stitch at the beginning and the end. Okay, and then I'll do the same on the other side for both pieces. Find the one that I had already sewn. Okay, so on both now we have my bag tag sewn on. And I just kind of put it maybe about from the top edge, probably 2 inches down. And this is, like I said, this new one is a bigger one. It's taller. It's same width, but taller than what the other ones were. So we've stitched all along here, and we've stitched all along here the zipper on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the zipper up, and on the other side you're going to have the seam going down towards the bag, and we're going to top stitch across all of these edges. Just making sure that your folded edge is pulled enough away from the zipper tape that it doesn't, that it stays straight and it doesn't get bunched up. This is a great pattern for your craft markets because it works up fast. And I'll just start working on the other one. Once you get the hang of it, they're really easy. And the fact that they're not lined makes it that much faster. Okay, so we have one side done. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. exactly the same way. And as I'm sewing along to top stitch, I make sure that the zipper tape is folded under and away from the zipper tape, the seam, so that when I top stitch, it catches the seam on, it catches that seam edge on the other side. Some vinyls are hard to fold. This one's very easy. It's not a heavy duty vinyl. It's not very thick. But this is a great scrap buster if you have ends of rolls of vinyl or faux leather. And they make a great pencil case or for your sewing notions like scissors and things like that, all your long pointy things. Makeup brushes, they, you know, any kind of, if you have for inside your purse, if you have items that you need to, you know, keep in one spot. Like Barbie on Jeannie's Designs always uses the Jordan pouch to keep all of her small essentials. This would be, if your bag is big enough, this would be a good one to use for that kind of idea as well. Okay, so now I have top stitched all along both edges, and you can't see it, but you can, but the zipper tape has now been folded under. So now comes the fun part, because this is my nemesis, the number 3 zipper tape tabs. I always seem to have problems with them. So now what we need to do is we need to put the zipper on, and we need to you know, have this zipper closed first. But what you have to do is turn it inside out, turn it so that your zipper tape is going this way. And I still flip it up so that this part is facing up, and the zipper is the right side of the zipper teeth are facing up, but you still have the wrong side showing. I line up my edges of the long part of the zipper tape that you left. Like I always overcut my zippers, and this is about 1 inch. And then just put your zipper pull on the one side and the other side, lining up so that your zipper pull is straight. Keep your finger on that flat edge because it'll pop off. Make sure that everything's lined up. Then I push it on and then pull the zipper tape, and yay, it worked. Now what you have to do is you have to reach inside, pull the zipper, and pull it off completely, because you want that kept done up. And then just put the zipper pull back on. Line it up again. And then pull it on, and then just kind of shove it into the center of that pouch. Okay, so we'll do this one. Actually, these zipper pulls, these rose gold that came with this rose gold zipper tape, really, they really make it easy. Some other ones I fight with, and but these ones actually make it pretty easy. So I'm happy about that. But honestly, when I started bag making, it took me, for number 3 zipper, I spent 3 hours trying to get one pull on. I'm telling you, it was not fun. The language wasn't very nice. But that's how you learn too. Okay, so I put the zipper on, I closed it up, and I'm just going to put the zipper tape back on. Line that up. Push it down, you hear a little click, and there it goes, and just kind of shove it into the center. So now you're going to need your little tabs that you made. These make the little grab tabs on both sides, which are so handy to have. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one, just fold it in half, and then what I do is I I always, you know, have the zipper part on the top end so I can see where I'm lining it up. And I take this tab and I just line it up with the zipper, center it onto the zipper, and then just line up your edges of your, where we're going to start boxing the corners. I just clip all of that together in the center, which holds that little tab on, and then I do the same on this side. Oops, I'm folding that backwards. That wouldn't work out very well. Just take this, now this is the edge that has the longer zipper, and I just line it up with the edge of the fabric. Put the two together, line them up, and just clip. And then I'll just do the same for the other one. Okay, so what I'm going to now do is I'm going to stitch across this end and this end on all 4 pieces. And when I get to the zipper and the tab that's now clipped in along, centered to the zipper, I'll backspace and go over it again just to make sure that it's secured in. All right, that's one end done. And then I'll just do the other ends. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is a very fast sew. Okay, so there we have the both ends done. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim these edges down and even them up, but also especially on this end, trim that excess zipper tab. But I'm just going to trim the edges down to about 1/8, just a little larger than 1/8 of an inch, just to tidy them up. And just take my lighter to the ends of the zippers, just so that there isn't any possibility of fraying, and just to melt the ends. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Very fast. Take your zipper and just move it down slightly to make a hole, and then just pop it open on both ends. There. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to box our corners now. So just take your corners, match up your cut corners as best as you can. The seam will want to go a certain way, but fold it down away from the zipper. So it's folding down into the bottom. And just clip that. And do that for all 4 corners. So we're just meeting up these corners here, just splaying that seam open, and then just folding that down. This is the tedious part, doing the corners. Okay, so you have them folded just like that, and the seam is going down towards the bottom. So we'll do the same for this one. And depending on how you cut things, they may not, your corners may not match. And that's okay, even if they're slightly off. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew across here on all 4 corners, making sure that I backstitch at the start and the stop, and even when I get over top of the seam, I might do a backstitch as well, just to secure that seam. Okay, and then I'll do the other sides. One corner down. Almost done. One more corner to do. Like I said, this is the part that takes the longest, is getting these corners done. Okay, so we have all 4 corners done, making sure. All right, so all I'm just going to do is I'm just going to trim just enough off just to make sure that I don't have any uneven edges. Not taking a lot off. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my lighter to the edge, just to the corners where the threads have been cut, just to melt those. Okay, that's it, guys. Now we turn them. So it's pretty easy. I've been on here for half an hour. This is going to be my fastest tutorial yet. And you just turn them. And just make sure that you poke out your corners really well. With this vinyl, the corners do poke out quite nicely. Yeah, this vinyl is it's thin, but it's durable. It's and it's chalkboard vinyl that I got at Len's Mills. It came in a roll, and I've had it forever. I'll just turn this one now. And there's quite a, so there, we have 2. We have 2 pencil cases done quite fast. And if you cut out a lot at one time, like I did a total of 12 of the colors I showed you yesterday, and then I did 4 later. I did 4 purple ones. So now I've done 2 more, and these purple ones I got done in an hour. But if you do like an assembly line sewing, and you cut out all of your material, get it all ready, get all your supplies and your zippers and everything all ready, you can do assembly line sewing just like we just did now. And look at how cute this is. And it's actually quite large. There you can put a large pair of scissors inside. It's great for, you know, for your sewing notions if you're going anywhere, or makeup brushes, or as a makeup bag, you know, and it will fit in a tote bag quite nicely, but it's not lined, you know, it doesn't have to be pretty inside. And there it is. So the Clearly Sweet pencil pouch, which can be used any way that you want, and this is by Sweetly Unique Patterns. And yeah, get your pattern, or, you know, even on YouTube there's other ones that are free. They're very similar. You just have to cut out your own box corners when they show you where. But these make a great gift, especially for kids going to school or at Christmas time or anything like that. And also, before I forget, thanks as well for being here and joining me for another bag making tutorial from Tree60 Handmade Bags. If you're a subscriber, thanks a lot for coming back. If you haven't subscribed now, think about doing that. On the bottom right corner of your screen, there is a red subscribe button. So just click on that and subscribe. Make sure that the notification bell is set to all posts so that you will be notified whenever I go live or whenever I post and publish a new tutorial like this one. All right. Thanks so much for joining me and sewing the Clearly Sweet pencil pouch. These are a great gift, a fast gift, and a great idea for craft markets and those kind of things. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for being here, and we will see you at the next tutorial.